All right, we're live. Welcome to the Volairen show. You know, uh, yeah. So welcome. Today we're gonna play Stellaris, and we're gonna start a new game. We're gonna make some tweaks to our current empire that we've been playing. The last game, let's face it, did not go so well. It happens. And if you're a new player, if you're new to Stellaris, the thing you got to remember and keep in mind as you're playing is that Stellaris is a box of chocolates, and when it comes to maps, like, you never know what you're gonna get. So you can get bad maps and you can get good maps. Now, depending on your skill, you could pull a rabbit out of a hat, so to speak. That's true. With enough skill, you can make just about any map work to an extent, and also depending on your skill, there are some maps that, like, either you don't have enough skill to overcome, or they just simply just not, they're not really winnable, so. And then there's difficulty, and there's so many different things that factor into having a good run. Besides just skill, that I believe that it's worth noting that in Stellaris, this game's kind of unique in that if you could have the best skill in the world, but if you have enough bad RNG on your map, it'll be very difficult to win, and or it can be. Okay, especially for a lot of new players, most players. I'm not talking about the 1 or 5% of players that not talking about that small majority of people that are just able to play Stellaris. Like, I'm not one of those people, and I'm not ripping on those people either. Those people are great. Like, I always strive to be better, and to learn and to improve my play, but I'm human. I have limitations, right? I'm not by no means the best Stellaris player. That being said, though, like I said, there is a lot of RNG in Stellaris, so every so often you're gonna get a game like what I had previously, what I was previously playing. And like I said, bad maps do happen. It kind of reminds me of for any of you Diablo 3 players out there, there may be some of you that have played that game, or any like action RPG, right? Well, I'll just use Diablo 3 as a perfect example of what I'm talking about here. So in Diablo 3, you have what's called greater rifts, and there's these procedurally generated levels, and you don't know what you're going to get when you go in there. You don't know what enemies you're going to have. You don't know what the layout's going to be like. You don't know what the traps are going to be like, or any of the interactable objects. You have no idea what you're in for when you go in there. So, like, so you have to assess it in order to increase your power as a player. When you're doing these rifts, these levels, especially professionally, or you can call it professionally, but if you want to get on the leaderboard, which I have got on the leaderboard in Diablo 3 several times, pat myself on the back for that, but like, yeah, major achievement for me as a player. But anyway, I got on the leaderboard a few times, and how I had to do that was I quickly had to go on these maps, and some of them, they're just not good. Like, you're not going to be able to work with them, either because of the enemy alignment or the map, or both. It could have terrible conditions all around. So this map, so when that happens, a lot of even the most experienced players, even the most high performing players in Diablo 3, they will just quit the map. They'll say, redo it. That's kind of the attitude you got to have with Stellaris RNG, because it's often the same way. Because, like I said, it's not It's not as bad. It also depends on what your goals are. If you believe in just playing things out until you're eliminated or you win, I get that. You know, you can do that too. That's cool. I have nothing against that. And there have been a couple times where I have done that, and been rewarded. But there's also been a couple times where I've done that, and I have been very disappointed, or I have, you know, I took an L, you know, in the end, and felt like I had wasted a bunch of time. So, but yeah, this was definitely one of those. This definitely was a bad rift, so to speak. This map that we just played on. There were a lot of factors that I simply had no control over that were making the map not fun and very difficult to play. So, and like I said, for you new players that are new to Stellaris, just keep that in mind. Just because you have a bad map doesn't mean the game is bad. I guess is the message I want to send here. Doesn't mean Stellaris is bad. It is one of the flaws of Stellaris, but it's also one of its strengths, because you could also have a very good map. Leading back to the greater rifts in Diablo 3, you know, that's kind of what you do. You fish for the good maps, and you just keep restarting until you get a map that gets you past the rift level that you're looking for, and then you can advance. So, you know, on the leaderboard or whatever. So that's kind of the same principle here. So don't feel bad about restarting in Stellaris. It doesn't mean you're a bad player. There's oftentimes things out. There's a lot of things in Stellaris that you absolutely just cannot control when it comes to creating a map. You can't control where the stars are going to be, the systems are going to be placed. You can't control where the hyper lanes and how they're set up. You can't control what empires spawn next to you, unless you have maybe mods or something. I don't know if there's mods out there that do that. I'm not really interested in mods right now. I'll be honest. People have asked me about mods in the past, and I've been like, yeah, and that's okay. But as of right now, I'm not really interested in mods. I enjoy my DLC just fine. So, like, but I will. You know, you can't. There's a lot of things in Stellaris again that you can't control when you spawn in. You know, and also your opinion of what's placed in the Stellaris map may be different depending on what build you're in, you know, build you have. So, and the empires that are placed next to you, like, for example, say you're playing a megacorp, right? You know, and that's an empire that's heavily dependent on non-Gestalt empires, right? So you need friendly non-Gestalt empires around you to trade with, okay, to get powerful, at least in the beginning, right? So a large part of operating that build is based off what types of empires you have around you. So what can happen oftentimes, and this is one of the weaknesses of a megacorp build, is that you can get, especially if you have DLC like Utopia or whatever, like if you have just Gestalt consciousness available, you can get a bunch of hive minds and machine empires spawning right next to you and meet them first, and you will not be able to make any branch offices on any of them. Even worse, you could meet another megacorp, which also happens very frequently. So you can get maps where you have no viable empires around you to trade with, and that's a very bad situation for a megacorp build. That's something that I would quit over, you know, that I would reload the map over. So now this situation was different. I had a Fanatic Purifier, and I was Fanatic Purifier, and they placed a Devouring Swarm right next to me. So that's another example of how RNG can get really bad in this game. You know, being placed next to a Devouring Swarm, I've made it work. I've beaten maps before where they put a Devouring Swarm next to me, but it was never fun. It was never easy. So, and there were a couple moments in those maps where I thought I was gonna lose. You know, I seriously thought I was gonna lose, but I overcame it. I wasn't able to do that this time. They dealt a crippling blow to me. So, if you get a bad map or bad spawn, don't feel bad. Just, you know, just take the L and move on. You know, you can't win them all. That's my, like I said, that's my suggestion to new players. So, so we're gonna get started here and make our new map and restart the game and you know, see what, it's a small map, so we'll see what this one brings us if we can get in a better spot. I decided to drop the Fanatic Purifiers. I think it just complicates things too much, though it is very fitting for the Mechanicus for sure, because it's the Imperium and that's what the Imperium does. Imperium is a Fanatic Purifier. That they are that empire. Like that's the Imperium of Man to a T, you know, from 40K, if you guys don't know the reference. When I say Mechanicus, I mean, you know, Cybernetic Creed. That's really what Paradox has modeled this origin after, you know, the style of it and everything. It's very, they won't say it outright, but it's clearly inspired by, you know, the Warhammer 40K Adeptus Mechanicus, you know, that faction, and they are Fanatic Purifier, you know, in the story. So I was kind of trying to fit the theme a little bit, and also I wanted to try Fanatic Purifier again, see if it would work better on a small map, and I think it worked okay. I think it worked okay, but like also, so that was the other thing too, like when you're fighting a devouring swarm, it is very difficult to take them on by yourself. You usually need allies and friends. So you know, yeah, so just again, for the 5th time, it was a bad map. So we're just, like I said, there's no shame in restarting a map if the conditions are too unfavorable. Like if you know, you just too many bad things lined up at once. It's good to, I mean, I'm not suggesting that you quit at the drop of a hat and give up easy. Not at all. I believe that, yeah, and I do acknowledge that you can, with enough skill, make a lot of maps work. A lot, not all, but a lot of maps work. So keep that in mind as well. You know, could I have made that map work with enough skill? Possibly. If I have more skill, sure. No doubt. You know, I make mistakes every game, and like I said, I'm not the best Stellaris player. I've never said that, but like I hold my own, and you know, I just you know, so there's, yeah, and then there's other things too about Stellaris that are, you know, that have always been contentious with me. You know, that when you play a game, I don't care who you are, and if it's your favorite game, it doesn't really matter what the game is either. Like, there's gonna be something about the game that you don't like. It's just like any relationship or interaction with someone, or with any other person, right? There's gonna be things about that person that annoy you. You know, they may be easy to overcome, and some, you know, make it so you don't want to hang out with that guy anymore. But like that's just giving an example. There's, with everything in life, there's going to be things that rub you the wrong way, or that you're going to feel compelled to complain about. Maybe not saying that you would necessarily, but yeah. So one of those things with Stellaris has always been the war exhaustion mechanic. And I'm not going to spend too much time talking about this. I already talked about it a lot yesterday, but that was also a huge factor in why I had to take the L and say GG, you know, type type GG in chat, so to speak. So that was another reason I decided to restart, because of war exhaustion basically kind of screwed me over. And I think so. I think like and I'll shut up about war exhaustion because I've talked about it enough already. I think it definitely needs to be overhauled. Am I going to do a video about it? Probably not. I might, but I've since I've started this channel, I've tried to be very careful with being controversial in any way, like making rants and possibly upsetting videos, and kind of just and any like negative videos where, other than reviews, where but even then, like I try to keep the focus off of negativity as much as I can. Sometimes it can't be helped. I mean, I'm human. I have my moments. I get upset. You've seen me get upset in game and on live stream. It happens. But like, and it happened yesterday. But like, you move on. But I've never like really made a video about like a rant video or a negative video about a specific topic. Like bashing it or being really negative. And I mean, I might do that sometime. There are a couple things that I have thought about doing something like that over, but I've always decided not to, because I'm very careful. I'm usually very careful with what I post, and like I said, I don't I would rather just stay quiet and not, post different videos that are more positive. It's kind of a risk thing, it's a risky thing to post a rant or to give a very strong opinion about something, especially a negative one. So, but that being said, again, I will say, yeah, the war exhaustion mechanics, and I may do a video about it, but as of right now, I'm not going to. The war exhaustion mechanics in Stellaris, they absolutely need an overhaul. They need to be simplified. They need to be more transparent. They need to be much easier to read and understand how they work. And like I said, it just needs to get taken away completely. Because there's a lot of, especially from an RP perspective, and this goes out to my RP guys, like, there are I've seen a lot of situations. I've played hundreds of maps in Stellaris, and there has been I've come across a lot of situations where the war exhaustion made absolutely no sense. Like, for example, I'm a devouring swarm. I think at the very least, for certain empires, certain build civics or origins, there should be some kind of clause, some kind of feature that says ignores war exhaustion, like war exhaustion does not exist. I firmly believe that, because like, especially in the case of devouring swarm, war exhaustion makes absolutely no sense. The Zerg from StarCraft, they don't get exhausted. Like, they just keep coming. The Tyranids in Warhammer 40k, they just keep coming. They do not get exhausted. They are always hungry. They don't. So for some empires that makes sense. Like the United Federation of Planets. Yeah, I could see war exhaustion being a thing, but especially for some builds, it absolutely makes no sense why it's even a thing. So, like I said, I definitely think it needs to be looked at. It needs to be tweaked, balanced, and just function better if it's going to be kept at all. Honestly, for me, I'm a little extreme. I advocate for it being removed, but I could see a lot of players having a problem with that, and fair enough, But at the very least, make it simpler, make it easier to work with. make it more straightforward. You know, I'm not necessarily saying make it easier, but like, you know, make it at least make it more realistic, you know. Excuse me. So yeah, that's my that's all I got to say about War Exhaustion. I'll shut up now about it. So yeah, just, you know, bad RNG and, you know, restart the map and move on. So that's what we're gonna do. And we are gonna make some tweaks to our Empire because I want to have a more chill next game. So I think we're gonna keep Xenophobe and Spiritualist. I think I am going to do that. I just don't want Fanatic Purifier. I think that's going too far in the wrong direction for what we want to do. Because we want to learn this origin. That's the thing. So we're learning this origin right now. I want to have a successful game with this origin. So we could pick Crusader Spirit. That actually, I actually do like this origin a lot, actually. I'm not origin, this Civic a lot. I just don't know if it fits here. Probably, or what I find with it, unfortunately, is that there are limitations to it. Like, for example, the waiting period after you convert the target empire is just horrendous. It's a long time. Like, you have to wait a long time before you can vassalize them. And that kind of really, yeah. That was a problem for sure the last time I tried it. But I did like just being able to go to war with anyone and you know, make them friendly, you know. So I've tried reanimators before. It's an interesting Civic. There were things I liked about it. Especially the research and the naval capacity. You know, we could try that again. I just forgot that there was something about it that was causing problems, but I forgot what it was. Let me set up my chat with my phone real quick here. All right, the phone is up. Let me make sure nobody said anything in chat. Okay. There is something else I want to talk about. I'm going through something very personal, very private, and painful right now. But you know what? It's time to move on. It's not time to move on, but like it's time to stop grieving and it's time to, you know, it's time to get back to work. I've got to get on with my life, and I'm going to do that starting today. So, but I took a couple days off. You know, may have noticed I didn't stream a few times, and that's okay. I didn't do any video work, but today I'm going to force myself to do it, and I'm going to get back on the horse. So, I just want to let everybody know that I am going to be okay. It's just yeah. And stuff is going to work out. I've always found, you know, stuff is going to work out, and you know, I have faith that it will. So unfortunately, I can't really talk about what's going on right now on YouTube. I don't feel that that would, again, I don't feel that that would be appropriate. And real quick too, you know what? Screw it. Let's try reanimators. Why not? Just for giggles. I wanted to say real quick, because I want to do this every stream. If you know, if you thought about smashing the join button, I just want you to know that I have redone the whole memberships thing. I've gotten rid of a lot of tiers. I basically got it down to one tier, and it gets you everything. If you're interested in memberships, I have a membership video now. Tells you everything you're in for if you hit that join button. So, you know, go ahead and check it out if you're interested. Just want to let you know it's there, and there were changes. So yeah, if you're curious or interested, check out the membership video. I'm gonna switch out my old membership video, my old channel promotion video with that one, because I would really like to get a membership community going. I think that's really the, you know, that's really a milestone for my channel that I definitely want to hit. I noticed the subscribers have been going up lately. I just want to thank and welcome anybody who's subscribed lately. Appreciate it. You know, and any form of engagement helps the channel. And I want you to know that I appreciate you. Also, again, just, you know, spamming. I want to do a live Stellaris event, either multiplayer or co-op. If you're interested in either of those things, make an appearance. You don't have to be a member, but it does help. Just DM me in Discord anytime. Yeah, and join and be a part of Discord also. That, you know, I know I've been away for a little bit, but let's get that popping again. It was popping for a while, and again, this is my fault, not blaming anybody. You know, I'm the one that had to step away for a few months, but I'm back. So yeah, just hop on Discord, send me a DM if you're interested in doing that. I think it'd be a lot of fun. And that's all I got to say there. Yeah, I feel like I'm missing something, but I always forget something. I have ADD. It's a curse. You know, it travels with me wherever I go. So our next civic, I mean, we could do Crusader. I mean, I think you can still do claim wars in addition to liberation wars, which is weird, but you know, I think we'll try it. We'll try Crusader Spirit. I think that's still kind of in keeping with the whole Mechanicus theme, not the Reanimators, but the Crusader Spirit. I think the biggest advantage of Reanimators is that your planets are very hard to take over. As long as you have these buildings on them, they're very hard to take over. You have to have a lot of armies to land troops on these planets. So on a planet with undead defense armies, they're very hard to kill. But I'm making sure this is what I want. There's not something better. We're xenophobes, so I don't really see a big value in like diplomatic corps, which I have taken in the past. Or let's see. I mean, there's Heroic Past. That's something we could pick up. That would definitely give us an advantage, especially in the beginning with our scientists, for sure. But I don't think it really do any more than that. Now, so memorialists. Yeah, that doesn't seem very. That seems very niche, if anything. Maybe good in some situations, maybe. I mean, we could get mining guilds. Actually, that might be smart because this origin is very, you know, mineral dependent. No. I think getting a lot of minerals very quickly actually might propel this the civic, or yeah, this origin, possibly. So we might go with that instead. But as far as the stability thing, I don't care about that. But just having double minerals, especially in the beginning of the game, might actually be really good. Well, it comes from miners. It doesn't come from your station, so keep that in mind. That's the other thing. Yeah, I've never been interested in pleasure seekers or police state. Now, pompous purists. Only engage in diplomacy with other empires if they are the proposer. So that could be interesting. But is it worth taking a civic slot? I don't think so. I mean, unless you're trying to fit a theme or you know, RP in some way. So Vaultsome Knowledge. I'm not a big leader guy, but a lot of players are. But I don't really bank on leaders anymore. Been my experience that there are better strategies. At least for me, it's just not something that yeah, we'll try reanimators again. Screw it. Okay. So we're gonna do small, and we'll 6 empires. So it seemed like there were a lot more empires than 6 on the last map we did, but we're gonna go ahead and launch this. See what happens. Okay, I am gonna go take a quick bio. I'll be right back. All right, let's do this. So we're going to start with integrated cybernetics. As always, we want to get that cybernetic ascension as quickly as possible. We definitely want, we owe it, like, that's kind of one of, at least one of my rules for the way I play, my play style. I never pass on fleet command limit. I always get it because you never know when it's going to pop up, and it is absolutely critical. Like, unless you're like a pacifist and you're not going to use your fleets, even then, even if you are a pacifist, you're still going to need fleets to defend yourself. Like, having the maximum size fleet that you possibly can, the bigger your fleets can get, the higher your chances of survival. That's what I found. So I never pass on this, even if there's other good things that come up that I may want more in the moment. I know that if I pass on this, I could pay dearly, so I never do. So this is definitely a good choice in the beginning. More energy credits. Let's see here. So we got 3 planets already. So we're only going to be able to colonize 2 of them right now. Tell them to survey. And I think we can hire another science ship. Make it even faster. Okay. So we get new factions. Okay, we got a new science ship. Hire a leader. Let's go ahead and start. Definitely want to survey this, but then after that, we're just going to have them explore. And then we're going to have this scientist, after they're done doing that, they are going to survey. So we'll just do that.
Construction online.
Now we're already negative in food. But it's not really a big amount, so. But we do need to monitor it.
Construction online.
So I may I've been thinking I may need to I noticed that I've been streaming you may have noticed I've been streaming 2 times a day roughly. I may have to cut that down to 1 to focus more on video work and making more videos, which I think needs to come first on my channel. The live stream is fun. I do it for fun. It's not really getting, and it's an investment, I want to grow an audience, but it's not really getting that much engagement right now, but I still, like I said, I still think it's a good thing to live stream. So I want to continue doing that. I think I'll still stream twice a day from time to time, but just it just depends on how I feel. Like, honestly, so in my life right now, I've decided that I'm really not a schedule. I don't think I'm the kind of person that does well with a schedule. I think I'm as much as I don't want to be, I'm one of those guys that's things just tend to happen organically in my life, you know, because there's a lot of unpredictability. I think for me, I want to pay attention to more of, you know, getting stuff done than what time I do them. So, or, you know, or doing them every single day, or like, you know, having any kind of like rigidity there. I'm still, you know, still mulling it over, but yeah. Let's get back to the game. Okay, so what's our first tradition? I'm thinking prosperity. That's usually what a lot of people pick. That's a popular pick. Popular with me as well. But there's expansion also. We are going to be expanding pretty fast because our star bases are not going to cost very much influence-wise. So we will be able to expand further and faster, but we have no idea how many planets are near us. But this does reduce the influence cost of star bases. So, the empire size reduction will definitely help with research. I don't plan on going to war with anyone right away if I can help it. Though I might not be able to help it because I am xenophobe, and you know, that does make a lot of enemies. So thinking. I think what I want to do this game, I want to do expansion first. I want to do supremacy second, and then I want to do prosperity third. And then after that, probably, well, not prosperity third. It'll probably be cybernetic ascension will be the third one. Decision. So we were having a lot of resource problems last game, or at least at the beginning of the game. Might actually be smarter to pick prosperity. I'm being indecisive here. I think I will. I'll do expansion.
Council agenda available.
Okay, so they've built all the mining stations they can build, so they need to come over here and claim this.
Situation log updated.
Mass extinction through the ages event chain. Please tell me this
Situation
isn't
log
some
updated.
bullshit event chain that's gonna be inconvenient and make me go out of the way to do stuff that I don't want to do. Please tell me it's not one. There's this really annoying event chain where, like, you have to, like, chase these fleets around and, like, yeah, really early in the game, too, and they, like, block your way and stuff. It's really
Situation log updated.
I'm just gonna go for the Unity. Let's see. Starbase influence costs. Though... Actually, nope. We gotta do the one pop. I think that's more important. And then the influence afterwards.
Anomaly detected. Construction online.
Okay, let's see if we can colonize. So we need more resources. I don't... excuse me. I don't know if I can do it. Not. So we need... Yeah, we need consumer goods. We don't really have enough. Oh, maybe we do. Yeah, we do. Okay. We're broke, but we were able to do it. So... we'll... Since we're xenophobe.
System surveyed. Council agenda ready. System scan complete.
Oh, I muted my mic. Yeah, so... Yeah, we're trying not to be broke here. As always, at the beginning of every game. Let's see, because you have, like, basically no economy. Let's do Spark of Genius, especially since they're the head of research. That'd be good.
Construction online.
Okay, this is good news. There's a continental world and a tropical world. Now, the tropical world isn't really colonizable right now, but it will be later. It's much easier, especially through habitability bonuses. It'll get green for sure. So that's good. Good news. They built everything. We're gonna have them come over here. We have enough alloys for it. Yeah. This colony ship's coming over here to colonize that planet. That's good. So we're gonna move this construction ship over here to take this system. So they are in a council position. Now, Skirmisher is really good. I like Skirmisher. I like all of these except for Eye of Talent. Don't really care about that. But Fleet Organizer, pretty powerful as well. Can we stay ahead of our naval capacity? That's the question. I think it's actually would be more important to have faster ships. So I think I'll just go with Skirmisher. So our ships can catch up with the computer when they run away from us. That's always a good thing. So, we got Starbase upkeep, pop growth speed, empire size. Our empire size is below 100 right now, so we could probably do that later. So I'm gonna go for pop growth for sure.
Anomaly detected.
Because we want pops as fast as possible. Our Unity's doing okay. Prudence. That. I definitely think we'll go for functional architecture.
Construction online.
Okay, this is finished. Now we're broke right now in consumer goods. So go ahead and... Oh. Why don't take that system? Get the minerals off of there. So
we
got a first contact already. Alright, so we'll go ahead and find an envoy to that. We do not have enough minerals to make it. Industrial district.
Construction online.
Surveying.
System surveyed.
Okay. Battle stations.
Alert. Spaceborne lifeform encountered.
Oh, okay. So we'll just person explore. We're gonna need to buy more food. I'm not really getting any good resource deposits next to me. It's all research, which honestly, like, I don't really, I mean, it does add up, but I don't really value research deposit that much unless I'm doing habitats. Then I do. I do pay attention to that. For sure.
New technology discovered.
Okay, it's unfortunate that we didn't get hydroponics. I was really hoping that would pop up. But we're gonna go ahead and go with food because food's being annoying. So yeah. We did gain a consumer goods. That's interesting. So I think our energy credits is going up.
Construction online.
I think we can... Got 2 specialists on it. Interesting. There's a spot there, though. I'll just let it ride. But we do need to colonize these planets soon. So, sooner than later, we need to get some resources together. Just don't have enough energy credits to buy them yet.
Construction online.
And I don't want to build an industrial district because our minerals is too low. I want to get our mineral production up. So, I actually do think I'm going to make a mineral district. Just to jumpstart things a little bit. You know, I think I can get another science ship. I think we need one because this here needs to get explored. We need more
conquered another world.
Okay, this one's done. All right. So I think this should be an urban world. I want to say Forge, but I think it's not a good idea to have your first worlds be Forge worlds. I think you should keep your, in the beginning, you should keep your industrialization centered on your capital planet. So you should keep your industrial districts on your capital and use the first planets you get to make you know, regular resources. So with rural, you get worker pop resource output. So now what this is going to do, we put this on auto. They're going to build all these districts up. Generator, mining, agriculture. So they're going to develop all of those. So that's the good part. Now, obviously the drawback is that if we were to focus on one thing, say, you know, energy credits, you know, generators, then we would get more energy credits from this planet than we would if we were doing a real world. But in this case, the way the districts are laid out here, it'd be one thing if like it was stacked heavy on just one thing, but it's not really. And we also are going to need food. We basically need everything right now, so that's the other reason I'm doing it. It's going to give us some of everything, which is what we need. We don't need just one thing. Yeah, so that's why I'm doing that.
Construction online. New technology discovered.
So there's blue lasers. I actually want to see if I can get a if I can get weapons technology or if I can get autocannons this game. I actually want to see if I can do that. So we're gonna go with global energy management. That's a very popular, very good pick in the beginning. You really don't want to pass that one up when it pops up, because then you could put that on your generator worlds and double your energy credit production. So our consumer goods is negative again. So what I want to do is make this, see, so I kind of, one thing I would like to see them change is, at least for, you know, your standard empires, like I'm running a standard empire right now, be able to make your capital an industrial capital instead of a forge or a factory, because right now I gotta choose between one or the other, but I need both. So that's kind of the thing. It'd be nice to have an industrial capital option where it increases the resources of both, but I think honestly I'll just keep it at empire capital. Why do we have less men? I don't get that. Okay, so we don't have that many miners. No, I'll keep things the way they are. This has got some deposits on it, but not much. We have traditions available. So we'll go ahead and reduce our empire size. So we're gonna do monthly alloys. This alloy's good.
Situation log updated.
Sorry for my phone chiming. Somebody's sending me a series of messages. It should stop though. If they keep sending it, I'll put it on silent. They're just sending me pictures of what what they're doing. So what's
Construction
going on?
online.
They're not like a bad person or anything. So all right, for scientists, let's see. Not head of research, probably better to that. Even though that can work against you sometimes. But generally, it's a good thing to have more anomalies.
Comms initiated.
Okay. So I'm convinced that we have an empire up here. I just saw him move here. See how that plays out. Now, one way to tell if it's an empire, this is an empire. No doubt about it. You don't have to, like, there's no dispute here. This is a science ship surveying. If you see this, then you know that you're about to, you just met another empire. So yeah, and they came from here, so there's an empire up here. Most likely. So that's really, that can be good or bad. Now, this is... You see this? Where's this? That's weird. Probably a visual glitch or something. You know what I could do? It just occurred to me. I could like download some of these live streams and make shorts out of make a bunch of shorts with them. Possibly. That's something I could do. But yeah, something to think about. Just the idea just came to my head just now. Yeah, so we're just gonna keep going. Okay, looks like we got 9 minerals on there. That's good. That's going to help us. We do need to buy some more food. Not ready to buy 500 yet. And I think we are going to have to buy some consumer goods. But we should be set after that. Okay, so we got asteroid.
Updated.
Easy. Make sure I didn't get any chats.
Anomaly detected. System scan complete.
Oh, we do have a science ship. Now, yeah, we have enough unity. They have a negative trait. Research minus 5% speed. Obviously not good. And happiness I have no care about. However. So, now this guy's a cyborg. Or ritual simping. But still better than anything that offers, so. We're going to go ahead and do exploration and surveying. No, and you are not going to go that way. I guess I'll have to force you to go. Can't? Why can't you? Oh. So we'll wait for the asteroid to go away, and then we'll take the shine ship down here and explore this stuff, because this is clearly going to be taken over by the other empire. So I'm not even going to try to like explore or expand that way. Yeah. I think another thing that Paradox could work on here is basically the science ship AI for sure. Like there's no reason to like leave this unexplored when it's right next to my capital. That makes no sense. And just go out here and go further and further. Like, I don't know. But they've already done a pretty good job at tweaking the science ships. So they've already done a lot of great things already.
Construction online.
I mean, especially the just having automation at all is just amazing. Like, I remember when you didn't have that, you had to micro all of your science vessels. And that was truly a pain. It was still fun, but like, you know, the game was still fun to play, but it was definitely more tedious, took a lot longer when you had to manage those science ships. So we have 1,000, I think. Buy a couple here. I think that'll do it now. Which planet do we want more? So this is pretty much another urban planet or another rural planet. Just basic resources. This one is a generator world. I think we need to do this one. Need to colonize that first. Get those generator districts going. It's gonna be good. So, oh, pardon me, my battery got low. I gotta plug it in. So, yeah, my laptop was running out of battery. Okay. But everything's good now, so. Oh, it cost me a science ship. Well, that was dumb. Okay, I will just recruit one of these guys. I think this guy was surveyed. We're gonna have him auto survey. He is exploring, so he's exploring that. So he's coming back here. That's interesting. There are a lot of planets here. I definitely want to keep stretching out this way, so I hope he keeps surveying into here. Hopefully we can take this over. Okay, this is a bad system. I don't want my ships traveling through there. We're not going to be able to clear this out for a long time, so whenever you see this, you know, all these thousands of fleets, you want to go in here and click restricted, so your fleets don't accidentally cross that system and get annihilated. It's happened to me before, and it sucks. But yeah. So we got more energy credits. We got more minerals. Colony ship's almost being built. So now that the asteroid's gone, we're gonna have him survey, and then he's gonna continue to explore and survey. So we got a guy surveying, we got a guy just exploring, just a guy just surveying, and then a guy that's doing both. I think that's a pretty good balance, honestly. Yeah, see, this is taken over by an unknown empire. We need to claim this as soon as possible to block them from going in there, because if we don't, then they're going to take all this stuff. So we really need to get in there really fast. So I'm glad he's on his way to survey that. But sadly, I don't see... It's really a crapshoot whether we take this first or not, but I hope we can.
Construction online. Situation log updated. Situation log updated.
Hold on a second, I got a call. My maid is going to be here in a couple minutes, but that's okay. You may hear noises, but usually noises don't come through this mic. This is one of the good things about this mic I have. It's very good at filtering out a lot of noises, so you may hear things from time to time. Don't worry about it. But nothing too loud should be happening. So we forgot about food, so we're gonna go ahead and